This is sick. Thank you for letting me be here for the first time in your new place.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the first podcast in my new place.
How are you enjoying it?
I love it. Basically, I moved to like a place that is the last apartment before a massive nature preserve. So I
Mhm.
like basically live in like a national park, um, which means like every time I walk outside, there's just like crocodiles and cranes and birds and lakes and forests and so for me as an artist, it's heaven.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Do you have like a nice porch that you can sit out on and just kind of watch it?
Unfortunately, I don't have a porch. I have a thing called I forget what it's called, but basically it's like an extended part, but it's enclosed. But I've turned that into like my editing.
Oh, like a sunroom kind of thing?
Yeah, sunroom. That's what it's called.
Yeah, oh, that's still amazing. That's like perfect.
Yeah, I love it because I have like three big monitors and then a big TV above, so I can like edit movies and music videos and then play it up there, and it's sort of separate from everywhere else.
Yeah.
Um, I had to put a dog bed in there because I had a dog bed somewhere else, but Charlie kept just wanting to lay next to me. So now she has like half of my office is just like Charlie's room.
I love that. That's the perfect spot.
Yeah. And it's the third floor. So in the sunroom, I just look out, and the way my apartment faces, I can see the sunset every night.
Oh, yeah.
And Florida sunsets are
They are gorgeous.
insanity. And then I think we have three pools, a tennis court, a couple gyms. Um, it's so quiet and calm.
Yeah.
And as an artist, like I need a space that inspires me. Because most of my career I lived in like Hollywood. So
Yeah.
I'd be editing and you'd hear like gunshots and sirens and helicopters. And every night you fall asleep to like the LA
Yeah.
helicopters. Did you ever live in LA?
I've never lived in LA. Well, I guess technically I lived there for like a month this year because I was doing an event and then I was at another event that was like 2 weeks away and it was like, well, might as well just stay. So I guess I lived there for like a month in an Airbnb, so that was kind of sick.
Hell yeah. Which part of LA?
Uh, Santa Monica?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is that right?
Santa Monica's great. I learned today that Santa Monica is the only part of LA that don't need a filming permit. Like if you're filming in your house, you don't need a filming permit only in Santa Monica, but any other place, technically you need a filming permit.
Really?
Although I may have never had gotten a filming permit. I might have allegedly guerrilla style shot. But
Yeah.
anyway,
That's
um,
interesting though. Huh.
so what's new with you?
I just went to a tattoo convention and I got a contest piece. I
Oh
still have the wrap on
wow.
it, obviously, but I got that and it's really detailed. She's really pretty. Um,
Jeez, that's so cool.
I sat for 7 hours, which was crazy. Um, yeah, that was the first time. I think beforehand I've never sat for longer than like 2.5, 3 hours for a tattoo. So sitting for 7 was a little rough. And then I got my foot tattooed, but the dogs, I don't show my dogs, but it's pretty cool. And then I
That's
got
true because there's a website for that.
on the side of my face right here is a new piercing, which I didn't expect to hurt as bad as it did. And then I
Oh
got
wow.
one in my conch, which is also pretty painful. But you
Jeez.
know, and then I got tooth gems, like a butterfly. So
What?
let's see.
So you sounds like you had an amazing, painful, but awesome convention.
Yeah, it was crazy. There last year when I went, I got 7 tattoos that weekend. So yeah,
Maybe that's what I should do because I do spurts. Like
yeah,
I got one tattoo and then nothing for years. And then in like 2 months I got all of this, all of this, all of this,
yeah,
and then nothing for a year. And then Andy and Juliet found some new artists out here. And so
yeah.
my next one, I'm getting my dog's portrait on my leg
Oh, love that. Yeah,
because she's my everything.
yeah,
And this is how. emotionally attached I am to my dog, which I don't know if is healthy, but I almost die. I go into the hospital. I'm in the
Yeah.
hospital. The doctor's scared. My family's scared. Never cry. Not emotional. Just like, this sucks, but I'm like, now I'm like super focused. Like, what's the next step? I need to get through it. My dog gets attacked. She gets bit.
Oh,
And then we go to the vet. And then a couple days later, she gets a really bad infection from the bite and her leg's swollen. She could barely move. And she looks like she's dying. I'm in the vet and I'm a mess. I'm
yeah.
bawling. Like the idea of losing, this incredible, what I consider my child.
Yeah.
But it was weird to me. It was like I couldn't be emotional for myself, but if it's somebody that I love, then it's just, I don't know. It touches a different part of you.
That's what it was like before my pup passed away last year. That's what it was like. Like it, it was like that dog. I would die for. I would kill for it if I needed to. You know, they are your baby.
They are your baby. Um, I also believe that if somebody hates a dog, that they're probably a serial killer, and like if I worked for the FBI, I would just like track people that hated dogs and be like, obviously you're a serial killer. So,
It has to stem from something because nobody actually hates dogs, right? Like that
right.
can't be a thing.
I know. I can't understand it. Although I will say, before I had a dog, I liked animals, but I wasn't like emotional about them. And then as soon as I got a puppy and I was like, I'm responsible for the life of this puppy. And I don't know, my point of view on life changed. I started like really truly seeing animals different. I mean, I still eat meat, so I don't want to sound like uh
Nah.
I don't know, too much of a hippie, but like I on my spare time I rescue animals out here. I work with a rescue and I
Yo.
um
Oh, don't tell me that. I will go to Florida just to go get a rescue. Find a wiener dog for me. Find a small terrier dog. I've been dying for one.
I will, next time I find a dog, I'll let you know. I usually rescue turtles and
Oh,
ducks. Um a lot of ducks because
that's great.
in Florida, the ducks will have babies, and then like all these animals will eat the babies.
Yeah.
Um, and so I will. I'm like this crazy person outside, like fighting off hawks and crows and like
Yeah.
protecting baby ducks.
Oh, baby ducks are so cute. I love when they oh, I love when they start coming out and like because there's this like place near where I like grew up that was like a library and it had like a lake and there was always ducks there. They'd always have so many little babies. It was so great. And I think it's so cute that they actually do follow like in a line. It's crazy. Why do they do that?
Yeah, I don't. It's got to be the programming because there's even.
And their programming.
I believe all animals are like ingrained in their cells, programmed. Like every time Charlie sees a rabbit, she just switches into a hunting dog because
Yeah.
she's half Weimaraner, which is a hunting dog, and she does the like the leg with the tail and the
Yeah.
yeah. The only problem is she's also really stupid, so she's not great. Like she's great at like tracking them, but once she gets to them, she doesn't know what to do. Like the other day, I wasn't paying attention and she got to a rabbit, and the rabbit's just like staring at her, and she's right there, and she's like, "I this is the furthest I've ever gotten. I
What
don't
do
know what
I
to do
do?
now." So the rabbit just like hopped away.
That's so funny.
But
That's amazing.
um, yeah. So what else is new other than going to the tattoo convention and adding to your awesome art?
Well, I mean, I haven't done much. I've been streaming a lot. I've been getting ready for Halloween. I've been making just like schedules and things like that. I've been planning for other trips that are coming up that I can't really talk about yet, but someday soon. Um, I don't know. I've just been doing a lot of like kind of like back end stuff for this month. I've been home for the longest time I think since I moved to this place, which is
That's got
like
to be awesome.
yeah, it's been nice, but also I'm sitting here like I feel like maybe I need to be doing more, but I'm doing good, you know. I'm kind of waiting for the next like thing to come up, which, you know, could be like TwitchCon, could be like I don't know, could be, oh, DreamHack I got invited to, as like a creator. It's so backing up. An ex-boyfriend of mine, he was really actually first into like streaming and wanting to be a streamer and like video games and stuff like that, specifically Counter Strike. And he was the one that was super excited about DreamHack because I guess like one of his favorite Counter Strike teams was going to be there, and he got to go 1 year in Texas. And so I don't know, I thought of it randomly, and I was like, oh look, they have an application open. Okay. And I just decided like to put one in, and they emailed me back very quickly and were like, hey, we'd love for you to come out to DreamHack. And it's like, that's crazy. I don't even play video games like that. But all right.
That's
Like,
awesome.
and I've been getting like a lot of people that are like excited for me to be there, and like, I it's just kind of weird. I didn't expect myself to be like in that kind of space, I guess. It's kind of cool. It's really cool.
That's amazing. That's huge.
Yeah, it's going to be in
Um,
Atlanta.
oh no way.
Yeah.
That's only 6 hours for me, I think. Um, so do they like what do you have to do when you go there?
I don't know. I think I just get like I get a badge basically, and I can go anywhere and whatever. And I mean, there's been people that are like, "Hey, you should come to this like this get together for this specific party, like a company party or whatever, or like, hey, here's a guest list for this." And I kind of go show up and I meet my fans, or I'm just there and I figure out what DreamHack is all about, and maybe I find out a video game that I really like.
I love that. Do you play much video games?
Um, I've started getting more into them recently. I didn't really play them growing up because my brother was more of the gamer, and we only had one TV, and he was on that all day. And we were twins, so like it was weird me trying to be into what he was into, kind of thing. I guess at the time. So I've
You
only
have a
started
twin?
recently playing. Wait, what?
You have a twin?
Yeah, I have a twin brother. He's like
That's amazing.
he's 6 foot and bald, and I'm 4'10", and I've got all of my hair. So it's kind of a weird mix. We wouldn't look like twins if you looked at us.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How many siblings do you have?
I have my twin brother, and then I have a half sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
I'm the oldest of five.
of five. Geez,
Yeah.
do you have how many brothers and sisters?
I have two brothers and two sisters. I have one brother that lives here who just started his own company. And then I have a brother in Georgia.
Yeah.
And then I have a sister in Denver,
Hmm.
um, who works there but also runs a roller derby team.
I love that.
Yeah, she is like a badass. Like when I was in high school, she would play on our football team with all of us guys. And
I love
like
that.
guys were scared of her because she was just tough.
Yeah.
Um and and then my last sister is in Washington, I think outside of Spokane.
Okay.
Covered in tattoos, hilarious.
There's
I
always
think she's
one
a
of them.
bartender there. Yeah. I will say like the love language in my entire family is comedy. So like they're all hilarious. Like we can never say I love you or like be vulnerable. Like the way we do that is like we make fun of you.
Yeah.
So like Thanksgiving dinner with my family is like a comedy show of just
Yeah.
people roasting each other. Which was weird for me when I started dating because I would start liking a girl, then I would start roasting her, and she'd be like, "What are you doing? Why are you being so mean?" I'm like, "This is how I say I love you."
What are you talking about? I'm being so nice right now.
I know it's because I like you. If like the joke with my friends is if I'm well mannered around you at all time, then I hate you.
Oh fuck, dude. You hate my guts right
but
now, don't you?
but if I like truly care about somebody, then the comedy comes out because you feel comfortable and you trust. And there was this great study I saw about comedy, which was like everyone in life experiences trauma, and one thing that heals trauma is comedy.
Oh yeah.
Like if you make some fun of something in the right way and it causes you to sort of release the seriousness of it and look at it from a new angle, it kind of can heal that trauma.
It helps heal in a way for sure. Like being able to like know that it wasn't your fault, so like you can kind of, if I'm making sense of that, Like, because trauma
Yeah.
isn't everybody's fault, you know. It just kind of happens. It could be stopped possibly, but you know.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed too in my life that trauma is part of life. Like
Yeah.
everybody that tries to do anything in life is going to experience trauma. And there's this great quote, which is the worst thing to ever happen to you is the worst thing to ever happen to you. For example, if you get sick in a hospital and almost die, that's terrible. Or if the worst thing to ever happen to you is your dad didn't buy you that Mercedes, like it still feels like the same to the person because
Right.
that's the biggest barrier they've had to overcome. And when I came out of the hospital and I was bedridden, so I like was stuck in bed and I all I had was I would look out the window and I would just watch the wild animals.
Yeah.
I saw a mom have baby ducks and then half the ducks got massacred. And I was like really upset, but the mom the next day like was so in survival mode that she had to take care of the other six ducks that she had. So she just carried on and took care of those ducks and they eventually grew up and then I watched them have babies and then those grew up and I watched them have babies. But it just taught me a lesson of life of like we all experience trauma.
Yeah.
It's how do you process, learn and grow and carry on and survive. Um which reminds me, when I was in the hospital, I remember to cope with being in the hospital, all I had was comedy. So I was just trying to make all the nurses laugh the whole time.
Yeah.
I even convinced one of the nurses to race me through the halls in the hospital on my gurney.
I loved that.
And
Oh, that's
like,
so funny. That's crazy.
I think I videoed part of it. And so when the nurses would get off duty, they would come hang out with me. And I was trying to be healthy. So they would like go sneak me like blueberries and
Yeah.
egg whites. Um, uh, anyway, so I realized in life that I deal with anything that's vulnerable with comedy.
Well, and the thing is with comedy too is like, in a it is kind of in a sense like an art because like you can anybody can be funny, anybody can do comedy, but it matters in what you like and how you do it and in how you're able to convey it because like comedy and like music for example are two things that I think bring a lot of people more together than anything else.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't know. I
I,
I mean, yeah. I live my life in comedy. It's a mindset.
yeah, and I think there's comedy and then there's being evil and trying to disguise it as comedy. Like I think roasting's hilarious, but there's a difference between somebody like trying to make you laugh and somebody obviously cutting you to pieces and trying to pretend like it's a joke. And
Somebody
that
obviously
doesn't feel
being mean to
healing.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Um and another thing I've learned as an adult is establishing healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
Especially after the hospital, I just don't have much patience for toxic people anymore. If someone's being terrible, I'm just like, I'll have a conversation. If it doesn't change, I'll be like, all right, well, goodbye forever.
Yeah.
Um, because I don't have time for that. And surrounding myself with very positive, great people has made my life dramatically better.
Yeah.
What's it like for you in Denver? Do you have lots of great positive friends, I imagine?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like I have like a lot of friends necessarily here right now that I hang out with or see regularly, mainly because I'm always traveling or they're always working and I'm working at a different time like cuz I mainly do Twitch streams at night from like 6 p.m. to whatever time I feel like. So I work
Wow.
nighttime most of the time, but I also work during the day and do like the back end stuff and answering emails or reaching out to people or scheduling posts or making content or XYZ. But I have my roommate who is my best friend. His name is Neil,
Amazing.
and he's pretty cool. And then I have like my family is here. They're like 10 minutes down the road. So like I keep myself pretty. I think I keep my circle very small. I have my friends that all live in different states and stuff, but my circle is very small.
That's awesome. I feel like that's the move, like quality over quantity.
Exactly.
I remember before I became an artist, I didn't understand that. So I would like it was like 2009, 2010. I was like a socialite. So I would throw these parties, 300 people, 350 people. And I had all these friends. And then I decided to become an artist and I got really into it. And as soon as I started having success as an artist, that's when I lost all these friends.
Right.
When you start learning about, um, you know, jealousy, or say somebody feels like they're not doing enough and they see somebody else doing more. So instead of looking inward and changing, they sort of project onto that person. And as a naive artist, I had to learn the hard way about humans and how they react to situations.
And different kind of humans. Like
Yeah,
it's really that's what I'm learning, especially like right now, like what is valuable to me in a person and the conversations that you're able to have. And yeah, no, yeah, people are there's a lot of different people in the world, and a lot of them you just find out that you don't work with.
yeah. Well, one thing I noticed is a great test for me is if I give positive information and somebody responds positively, that's usually a sign of like a very sane, good person.
Hmm.
But if I share positive information and they respond negatively or mean, then in a way it sort of shows their character. For example, if you're like, say you won a big award, maybe like a streaming award. I don't know enough about that world to know what that is, but say, you tell your friend, hey, I just won top blah blah. And they're like, oh my God, that's amazing. We should celebrate. Like that's a positive reaction to something positive. But say you're like, I won this big streaming award, and they're like, you didn't deserve it. Fuck you, blah, blah, blah. Then it's like, okay, well, now you know what kind of person you're dealing with.
Well, like how are you able to tell the difference between a fake happiness and a real one? Because that's what I
Yeah,
struggle with.
there's there's a trick someone taught me, and I'm gonna, state for the record, and if anyone's watching and I'm wrong, that this is just my point of view. Um, and it's gonna sound very technical, but after I practice it, I got really good at it. So basically, when in life you're either introverted, like you're being pushed into your head, or you're extroverted and you're being pushed out. And in LA, there's a lot of people that are incredibly great at hiding their evil intentions. They pretend to be your best friend while they're, ripping flesh out of your back.
Yeah.
And so I notice when I'm having a conversation with somebody, and I stay normal, or I even extrovert, I get out of my head and I get excited or inspired, I'm having a conversation with a pretty great person. But if I'm having a conversation with somebody and it, by all appearances, seems normal, but I become extremely introverted and pushed into my head and, question myself, or darkness, or what's wrong with me, or then I'm dealing with somebody that's very toxic, but they're disguising it by pretending to be normal. But they're really using words to push you into your head and introvert you so much that you leave feeling shitty. And so I had a friend who's a pretty big actor teach me that. And then I started navigating Hollywood, where I would hang out with somebody and I would leave just feeling gross or shitty. And I'd be like, oh, every time I hang out with this person, I'm really introverted. And then I would get him out of my life and spend that time with somebody who was normal, or we would inspire each other, and my life would be do better and I would do better overall. And I noticed by being surrounded by these sort of slimy people that introvert you, I would like feel sick and tired and uninspired. But then I got
Yeah.
rid of them and I have all these like uplifting great people, and I wake up happy and full of life and wanting to take over the world. And so it's that thing of paying attention of like, did I feel shitty after hanging out with that person? Did they introvert me and push me into my head? Um and anyway, and like I'm not
Oh
always
yeah,
right.
that helps me a lot actually. That's very very helpful, more than you can ever fucking tell me. Or I can tell you. Fuck. That's crazy.
Yeah, that saved my life. I mean, um, my life got dramatically better after that. In fact, we were so crazy. We spent a whole weekend in Yosemite, him and I, And after every conversation, he would ask me, like, did that person introvert you or extrovert you? And then we would talk about it. And so I just sort of got it drilled into me where now I'm like, oh, this person is here. And like, I don't hate them. Like, I also have a point of view that all people on earth are trying to survive.
Right.
And some people have a survival path that's positive and great. And some people have gone down a dark route and they think in their mind that they're right, but they're really doing a lot of bad, destructive things.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure a serial killer doesn't see himself as the villain. He probably sees himself as the good guy, you know? But if you want to survive, I think it's important to spot something that can hurt you
Yeah.
and remove it and then fill that void with a good person. And then that's why I'm so protective of my friends. Like, I've curated people in my life that are so great that I'm like loyal to them and I protect them and they protect me. And it's in a way, it makes us stronger, you know?
Right. Huh.
I didn't realize we're going to get into such a deep.
That's usually it's my forte is somehow getting into a deep conversation because I like asking questions I don't really necessarily know the answer to because I like learning. Learning is just my
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah. I feel like you learn forever. You never stop learning,
And if you think you're
especially
done
in,
learning, you're especially not done.
yeah. Isn't there a study on that? Like, the smarter you become on the subject, the more you feel you don't know, but
Hmm.
the less you know about the subject, the more you feel like you know. So like someone who knows, I'll find that in photographers, like they'll learn a couple of things and then be very arrogant of like, I know all. Um, but then the photographers I know that are like legends are like, I don't know anything and they know so much. Um, and I'd rather be in that category of like, always experimenting and growing and changing and especially I don't know, for me art is the greatest thing in the universe, you know,
Right.
like I think about it every day. I'm obsessed. um
We haven't stopped creating all of the art that's possible, and it never.
no,
I don't think we ever can.
I don't even think there's nearly enough artists in the world. Like when I see
Yeah.
artists jealous or competitive about their artists, I'm like, dude, there's so much room for art. Like we should be supporting each other and like I wish that like, every day I go out, I mean where I live, mother nature is the greatest artist ever, so I do have
Absolutely.
that. But there should be more movies and more songs and paintings and like even streaming and talking to people. That's a form of art. It's a communication.
Hmm.
um which this is a weird question for you, but um what what does art mean to you?
That's a really yeah. That's a very deep question. I think art. I don't know. What does it mean to me? I mean, if you're being oh, like everything, art is part of. I mean, shit, dude. I'm covered in art. My room is art. Like it's a it's a way of expression. You know, obviously, it's a way to connect with people. It's one of the best ways. I mean, shit. Everybody's been doing different kinds of arts since the dawn of time, basically, dawn of fucking creation of man or whatever the fuck. But like, it's a you know, it's art is just beautiful. I guess I don't know. Like it's inexplainable.
I think so for me, like I have some definitions of art, but I think there's an aspect of art that is like on a spiritual realm. Like
Yeah.
it's hard to fully define because it's something that exists in its own wavelength, the aesthetics wavelength, you know.
Right.
Like my basic definition of art is just a communication. You know, you have a concept, it's how you get that communication across. Um and I think that figuring out what your voice is doing art so much and trying different things until you start honing in on what you like and what your taste is, and then you find your voice.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of what I do that I can't explain because it was just inside me. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
You can't explain how to do it. You can't have somebody else do it. It has to be you and your area and your space and your Like it's there.
Yeah. In fact, I find if I think about it too much when I'm on set, I ruin it.
Yeah,
I have to just like be present and let it go through me. And like even this last music video we were filming, and I was just being present, listening to the song, seeing the colors around me, and then feeling the creativity come through and how I would change the camera and the movement. And it became a dance. But sometimes if I'm on set and I'm directing and I have to explain to somebody how to do that,
yeah.
it's tough. Like you just have to have the ability to let the aesthetics um happen.
I like how you said it's a dance because it really is really a fucking dance. It's it's moving in with the dance and figuring out where the steps go or like how to lead or how to, it's and everybody has a form of art within them, but it not a lot of people get the chance to actually like take the time to explore that, I feel like. And
Yeah.
I think that's why there's not enough artists or movies or things out there because like we keep, like we just I don't know. Not everybody gets the chance to actually like get inspired like that, you know?
Yeah, and I think the scary thing about art is you have to be vulnerable in order to make art. Because some of my favorite art, there's a sense of authenticity, truth to it. And so if you're vulnerable, that comes out naturally. And being vulnerable can be very scary. And just like a muscle, like you have to do it. And in the beginning, you could fail over and over again. I think the only reason why I made it as an artist is because I'm so in love and so obsessed with art that even if I make 20 things that are dog shit, the 21st thing's amazing, I take that as a win,
Right,
because
exactly.
yeah, because it's not even like I'm trying to do it to make something great. I'm just doing what I love and creating in the moment.
Exactly.
And yeah, which is tough because sometimes I'll be on set and I'll have all this mood board, and then I'll be like, actually, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And then we'll do that, and that'll be great. But if I try to stick to the mood board, um,
I'm
it
never
could,
able to stick to a plan. Is that a
yeah.
normal artist thing?
I think as long as you're being authentic and truthful, then you're fine.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Because even in filmmaking, like there's only so much you can plan, but if you don't allow yourself to be present and make decisions in the moment based off your prep, then you're losing that magic.
Yeah.
Um, like I remember the last short film I directed, we had the script and we do all the scenes of the script, and I would always leave room to like improvise. And after we'd done the scene enough with the script and it was time to improvise as the characters, every scene where everybody improvised, the scene felt magical and alive. And before that, like the acting was fine, but it was missing um
It was
that life to it.
missing the feel, the actual, yeah.
Yeah. Um this is a weird segue, but have you ever thought about doing music?
Oh yeah. I've wanted to and I have like a little music setup back here that I'm still learning and doing like, I haven't learned exactly how to like even play anything on there or get it to start. Um but I've thought about it. I don't know how to write very well, but I have things that I would love to write about and sing about, and it's just it. I've I actually, yeah, I don't feel like I can write. I don't really. I know how to play instruments, but I don't know how to make both work, I guess, and make it flow correctly or anything.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things that takes just doing it over and over again. I also just bought a Les Paul and I'm learning guitar, and like I don't have any plans to like be in a band. I have a couple guys in bands that said if I learned guitar for the song I could like go on stage when they perform, which is like a dream.
Yeah.
But I find that when I play guitar and I feel the rhythm and learn those aspects, it makes me a better director.
Yes. Yeah. It makes you feel the
But
music and what vibe goes with it too.
I selfishly want you to do music so that I can shoot some stuff for you.
Fuck yeah. I
Uh
mean, once I get stuff going, because I have actually somebody that I might meet up with this week that might take me to a studio. I really honestly like I might start with like cover work or something, just to get something out there and then see if I
Yeah.
can meet with people that can write things that I don't know that would help portray exactly my emotion and my, you know.
I think that's smart because I think like a lot of my friends that are really good, they did a shit ton of covers, and in a way, it's you're drilling and drilling and learning and drilling and like there's a story. Um, I got invited to watch the Doors play at a hotel in LA,
Okay.
and so what it was the remaining Doors members, and then every song a different celebrity would come out and sing. So like Miley Cyrus came out and sang one. The lead from Big Bang Theory came out and sang one,
That's
and
crazy.
yeah, and like Five Finger Death Punch. And anyway, my friend Haley was friends with Robbie Krieger, who I think was the keyboardist for the Doors. Um, anyway, so there was a story I learned about the Doors where Jim Morrison of the Doors, before they recorded their album, they played their songs for an entire year live in front of people.
Wow.
So they made their mistakes, they figured out what worked, what timing, this and that. So by the time they recorded their album, it was incredible. And now when I go listen to their album, like every fucking song is insane.
Yeah.
And then as a director, I get songs from people that maybe haven't practiced enough and figured it out. And the song has like great aspects, but overall it's a terrible song. And my mind is always like, just keep going and practicing.
Yeah.
You're going to get there, but you're not ready yet. And so I always thought about that when I play music is like, I want to play this until I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
it's like photography. In the beginning, photography and filmmaking is so much science, lenses, frame rates, sensors, film stock, light, blah, blah, blah. And you learn those tools so you can sort of not think about it. And then the creative can go through you and you could
Yeah.
just manipulate those tools to create the emotional effect you want. And so
I've got to get
I
my claws
imagine.
off to keep playing my stringed instruments because you're right. Because I can't play with them if I. But you're right because I've learned guitar really well and I've learned ukulele and banjolele really well that I can start playing whatever I want and not think about it. But but I like my nails. Why are you convincing me?
Maybe
Yeah.
can't you get like things for your fingers to play that won't mess with your nail?
I don't know. Is there? I'm
I
looking it
think
up.
I feel like I saw that before. Uh, but yeah, maybe in the future, I'll if you need an electric guitar player, I'll play one of your shows. You're checking right now. Hell yeah.
Yeah. There we go. You were right. Oh,
Yes.
wait, no. Oh, I don't know if
Oh,
they'll fit. They might.
okay, sweet.
Thank you.
Or
I'm saving
just use
that.
AI.
True.
That's awesome. Um, what's the other question? Oh, this is another. Okay, I'm gonna just keep doing random segues. Have you seen any good horror movies recently, or are there any movies you're looking forward to seeing?
Actually, I did see a good horror movie. I can't remember if I had seen it uh, the last time. No, I think it's been a while since we've talked last. There was a horror movie that Chris Collins and Selena Spooky Boo, they're also creators on TikTok. They're pretty big. They created a horror movie together and wrote it and directed it, and it's on Shudder. It's called House on Eden, and it's really,
Ooh,
really, really, really good.
amazing. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I just saw Weapons.
Okay.
Um, so good. You have to watch it. I think the guy that directed it was a big Vine person.
Okay.
He was part of like a comedy group. And then the guy that was his partner, I think, like fell off a balcony and died. Um, it's like super famous, and I hate that I don't remember his name.
Wasn't it
But
somebody from One Direction?
no, that person also unfortunately fell off a balcony and died.
Yeah.
This guy, they were like a comedy group. They did a lot of skits. Like one of them was even about like eating seven hot dogs or something. But
Huh.
he wrote the movie after his friend died, and every character basically represents him. And it starts where like all of the kids in town disappear at like 2:17 a.m. and nobody knows why. I'll have to send you the trailer. But
Yeah, for sure.
Josh Brolin's in it. The blonde girl from I can't ah I can't remember. But anyway, I'll send you the trailer. You'll recognize a bunch of people, and I went and saw it in theaters and blown away. It's
Yeah.
like scary but also funny.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
yeah, and the guy who directed it directed Barbarian, um, which is another. I feel like you might not be as much of a horror connoisseur.
I'm not. I didn't ever really watch a lot of movies growing up in general. Um,
Uh,
I definitely. I just. I also haven't found any horror movies that I've liked ever because I find them to be like kind of just not very good. Mainly like either.
99.9%
Yeah.
of all horror movies are terrible.
And that's why I was saying House on Eden. Like the also the funny aspect that you were saying with weapons, I think you just said.
Uh,
Yeah. The funny aspect is really what adds to movies, I think, and especially horror movies. But keep going about it. Sorry.
oh yeah, no, like for me, I never watched horror movies, and then I had to start writing a horror movie, so I started watching a ton of them,
Yeah.
and I am surprised how many of them are terrible. But when one's really good, it's like I become like obsessed with it. Like there was this movie called Smile 2.
Yeah, I've seen
Um,
Smile. Ah, I think I've seen both of them actually.
the first one I personally feel like wasn't as good as the second.
Yeah.
The second was dramatically better, but for some reason the second one terrified me and was a great movie.
Yeah.
And then Weapons was just a really great movie overall. It wasn't even necessarily that scary. Creepy as hell, um but as a director, like I grew up on movies because uh, without getting too much into my childhood, I had like a lot of alone time. So a lot of like what raised me was movies.
Yeah.
And I was raised in the 80s. So we had like VHS. And so like at home, we had like maybe 40 VHSs and I would watch them over and over again. So I saw Star Wars like 40 times
Yeah.
and then Indiana Jones and the Goonies and um there was a lot of like Arnold Schwarzenegger movies and anyway, so I was always like obsessed with movies. And then in the last few years, there's been a lot of terrible movies being made. So it's become very tough to find
Yeah.
good quality movies. And so when I find it, my friends and I always will text each other like, hey, this movie's amazing. So you don't like take a chance on a movie and waste an hour and a half and then it's terrible. But it sounds like you maybe weren't as involved in movies growing up.
No,
Um,
I wouldn't say because I was like I was late '99, and like I mean we had a lot of VHSs. My sister was a '90s kid. Like I so like kind of yes. Like I remember watching like old Disney movies and things like that. But I don't remember watching much else because by the time I was a teenager, Netflix had come out, and like shows that I had always wanted to watch were out, and I just never fell into movies. I fell into TV shows.
oh, okay. Yeah. I've recently started getting into TV shows. I just finished The Pit, which was really good. I'm watching the Alien TV show. Have you seen that? It's pretty good. They make the Aliens TV show like the 70s, 80s aliens, so all of the same sort of aesthetic, which I like. Um, I only watched Friends recently for the first time.
Oh really? Yeah.
Like that was a great like Friends and Seinfeld were very good like comfort shows, I felt. But what's the show you like?
Right now I'm watching The Walking Dead. I've liked that one. I don't really I now that I do content and stuff and I work and I don't really watch a lot of TV anymore. Once I get done, I like get done with work for the day. Recently I've been going and playing Band Hero on the Wii, just like but like I've been watching off and on The Walking Dead. I've been watching off and on like documentaries here and there. Like but it's I'm usually like sometimes most of the time I'm on YouTube and I watch other creators and things like that too. Like
Oh, you know what?
movies kind of became not the thing because YouTube became the thing.
What I was gonna say is I have also over the last few months, I'm so busy that by the time it's time to watch TV, I'm like tired. I get in bed. So
Yeah.
I always put on a TV show to fall asleep to, but I don't really pay attention to it.
Yeah.
But I do find that I watch so much YouTube, like about cameras and lenses and workout routines and diets and how to properly do a squat, how to properly build pecs. Like I'm just always learning because I'm in such a growth part of my life that I find it so fun to like learn all about a new camera. And like this is super nerdy, but last week I bought two new cameras. I bought a new photo camera which I'm getting tomorrow. Um which is a new Fuji camera that I'm so psyched about. And then I bought Red camera and Nikon bought Red, so they released the first ever Nikon Red. I
Okay.
bought that, and I get that at the end of the month. And then I bought a Steadicam, so now I could like do crazy movies on this new small camera, and I have these new lenses, and so I get excited about learning about tricks like that. And then I also bought a bunch of old like VHS cameras and old terrible digital cameras where when you shoot it, it's like super low resolution.
Yeah.
Um,
I love those.
yeah. Because like the old shitty digital ones, like anyone you take a picture of looks great because it's so low quality. There's like no detail, it's all smooth.
Yeah.
Um, but I am like desperate for I love when I find a show that destroys my life and I can't do anything but watch it, and you just watch season after season and then it's over. But it's so hard to find like a binge show,
It
I
is.
guess is what you call it. Yeah. Um but anyway, so what's next for you?
Um,
General
well,
question.
hopefully I will learn more about music very soon so I can just like start making stuff. And I mean, just legal case, fucking woo, going forward. That's great, and I can. It's gonna be pretty dramatic. It sounds like it's yeah. But that's gonna be amazing. And I don't know. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on and doing my best to keep on. I guess I don't know. I'm gonna keep making
What
people smile or something.
when you start your band, do you have an idea for a name?
Oh, naughty. Well, actually, sometimes I haven't even. Sometimes I do, and then I don't write it down.
Trying to
But
think of one.
no, not even an idea. I think it would come
Wheezy
in.
and
It would come into play, or it would be something that just would make sense once it's formed or something.
yeah, I'm trying to think of something witty. Wheezy and the ladies.
I don't like it.
Uh, Wheezy Breezy. I'm terrible at this.
See,
I
exactly.
I
Can't think
decided the
too
name
hard
of my
about it.
band is going to be the Mediocres because I want to like set the bar low.
The Mediocres is funny as shit. I have Wheezy's Mediocre Kitchen on YouTube.
Or
That's
even
funny.
like We Suck. So if they ever have to announce us,
That's crazy.
that way if anyone heckles us, we'll be like, we
We
warned you.
know. That's so funny.
Because for me, if I ever did music, it would be for fun and not serious at all.
Yeah.
Uh, but um, but hell yeah. Okay, cool. Well then, I want you to come to Florida at some point. Next time I'm in Denver,
Yes.
I'll hit you up. But knowing us, you'll be somewhere else, like last time.
Hopefully not. I plan on getting
Um,
a puppy and staying home very soon.
okay, great. I will say, after spending most of the year traveling, like I was supposed to go through all of South America next month, which I canceled. Um, Staying home and having like a consistent schedule has brought me so much happiness.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do that as much as possible. Although I do have some more travel plans, but for the most part, I think I'll be hopefully staying home for the end of the year. Um,
Good.
and then I'll send you that music video when it comes out. Um,
Absolutely. Yes, please.
and we'll have to do this again at some point and do a little update.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I love talking with you. It's great.
And one last thing, for all the people out there, is there any piece of advice you can give them?
Um, don't take shit too seriously, I guess. I don't know.
Perfect. I love it. Okay, good. Well, thanks for being on the podcast, and we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.